come on, EC Details back with another episode. And this one, we're doing a launch/review at the same time, but I didn't want to do it live because I don't want to have what happened last time happen now. You're like, what is he speaking about? I just said it was released about 5 months ago. We did it, we released it, we used it, we loved it. Some of you hated it. So what I had to do was make sure that I tested it. Can I get a hey man? I tested it to make sure it did do what it said it was gonna do. You're like, Eddie, what are you referring to? I am talking about their new 3 pH system. If you're watching this video Saturday morning, it is live on the website. EC15 gets you 15% off. Non-affiliated, I don't get paid for that. EC15, go get you some. And I wanna say the following. Why in the world would I buy that? Okay, great question, Ethan. Here's what problem this solves. One, if you're outside and you're like, gosh darn, I wish I had an APC that didn't stain my car in the heat, didn't stain my plastic, didn't require a straight 20 gallons of water to take off. This is what this is about. Not only does this take away heavy grime, heavy defects, not compound, heavy grime, heavy bugs, it also works as a rinseless solution. And you know the cool part about this, JB, we can use it with any rinseless. So if you have HydroSave, if you have Hero, if you have RRW, this product could be used with any rinseless wash. You heard me right. Or waterless wash. So here's how it works. Let's talk about how this works. So the pH, they're both preludio, right? That means first. That's like the pre-show, okay? But just one's acidic, one is alkaline, right? So you will use these first. Which one would you use first? Great question. If I have heavy bugs, heavy contamination on the paint, heavy film, I'm gonna use this alkaline version at a 1 to 5 dilution in the IK sprayer. You spray it on the whole car, right? You can use it in its heat, but if you use it in extreme heat, there's a warning in the back of the label. You spray it on the whole car, it does not damage plastics, it doesn't do anything, it's VDA certified. You let it sit, and when you look like the panel has been kind of clean, you take your rinseless wash and you wash over it and you dry it. You heard me right. That's it. That's it. There's this one, the acidic one, could be used one. Let me make sure I'm getting this here. The acidic one could be used 1 to 5, 1 to 10, can be used 1 to 50. Now it says right here, apply product uniformly on the contaminated areas to be treated. Let it act for a minute or so. It can be used, it's advisable to use specific water stain removers. Okay, it could be used outside, inside, blah, 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 blah. It's so 1 to 5, 1 to 10 if it's gnarly. So 1 to 5 if you have heavy limescale on the wheels, 1 to 10 on the body of the paint if you have like water spot removing, 1 to 50 just for a maintenance wash to bring the coating back. Beautiful. Yes, and then what you do with it, you go right over it with your favorite rinseless, call it a day. I'm gonna walk you through the demo of how to use these or how I would use this or how I've been using it. Because my way might not be your way, but it's the way that worked for me, and I got great results. I would not use the acidic one every wash. I would probably use it if you're going full rinseless every 3 washes, or if you want to do the 3 pH system, what you would do is you'd use Preludio first, and then I would spray that down with your rinseless wash. Then I'll go in and use this one right here, the acidic, then I'll do my contact wash, and then you get that 3 pH kind of vibe. But for me, I do one or the other because I find it that with this alkaline one, I'm getting 99.9% of the contaminants off my car and bugs. I wish I would record the bugs outside. I didn't do it. I wanted to just test it with no fluff to give you all the right information. Does that make sense? I just kind of put that bad taste in my mouth because we went in there, it has no protection, my gosh. 9 years later, it's still protected by HydroSafe. Still one of my favorite products in the game right now. Still use it, have gallons. I've used over a gallon already. But this one, when I tell you this hits. So we're gonna walk through how to dilute this. We're gonna walk through how to use it. And then I'm hopeful that when you're watching this, you can say, dang, they did it right. Let's get going. So I use a pitcher because I'm dumb, and I'm gonna do it by milliliters here. So what I do is I got an IK sprayer that we're gonna use as my initial wash. I'm gonna put the amount of water I need to dilute in my IK sprayer. It says right here, 1,000 mils, right? So 1,000 mils of water. You're like, how are you doing the math? I'll show you. 1,000, we're gonna do 10 to 1 because the card's not that bad. And it tells me right here on the app, 91 mils. So I got told about this app through Jamie the cleaner. Shout out to Jamie, he probably saw it somewhere else. I always give him credit, 91 mils. 91 mils here is about almost to the 3 mil mark, like that, right there. Pour it in, that is the color, and then smell it. It smells freaking amazing. It smells amazing, okay? That's the color you get. I'm gonna take my beaker turner and I'm gonna do this. Okay, it's a little foamy. You can tell it has an alkaline kind of surfactant vibe in it. You're gonna take your IK sprayer. I'm gonna pour it back in there. You would do the same thing with the acidic one, okay? For this demo, we're gonna do the hot alkaline because my car really needs it, because it has road film, dirt on the glass, and things of that nature, and I'll show you how it interacts with glass. That's the dilution of this. We are going to use another rinseless wash. Just take your Preludio, you're gonna pump it up, and I'm gonna do one section to show you. I'm gonna break this video down in a couple sections. I'm gonna show you how it interacts with the rinseless wash. I'm gonna show you a section with a waterless wash, because you can do both. And then I'm gonna show you a section, a whole side. I'm gonna let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes so you can see the kind of vibe it is, and we'll do that right now. So first section we're gonna do is this one. We're gonna let it sit for a minute and do the rinseless, show you what that looks like. Then I'm gonna spray half of the car, let it sit to 80 degrees in here, it's hot. And then we're gonna do one section with waterless wash so you can get the vibe, everything. You can use it with whatever rinseless. Right now, I just picked up a rinseless, I think with Gary Dean in the bucket here. So I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna spray it all over on the door, and I'm gonna let it sit. Like, I'm gonna do this whole section, just so you can see it. I'm gonna do this whole section here. And I'm gonna let that sit for about a minute, and then we'll do a contact wash. Being done on the whole glass here. Take that, put it on half the glass, half the car. After you apply it, you see that it starts to do something. It starts to emulsify. You see it here. It's been sitting for about 2 minutes on the glass, right here. So you can see the sudsing on it, right? So what I want to do is make sure I bring you in. I have my rinseless wash and a pre-spray. I'm just gonna apply it. It put the dirt on the microphone, the pad, put it in. I dry it. Again, I'm coming in while it has it, and I'm letting it sit, and I'm just gonna do my rinseless wash on top of it. My rinseless wash is still sick. I put it in my bucket. My bucket is getting dirty, and that's the interaction I do. Now you can pre-spray it. If you have a whole bunch of bugs, you want to pre-spray the car. Hit the bottom here, and then you dry. Let's chat for a second. So when you're doing this way, there's 2 types of ways you can do it. If you have gnarly bugs, or if you feel like I want to put more lubrication, you can take your detail keg, you can take your sprayer, you spray rinseless wash on top of it. Once you spray on top of it, you do your contact wash on top of Preludio. It does not require you to rinse it. That's the whole point of this. You could do half the car or pour it through 2 or 3 panels outside in the hot sun, pre-spray your rinseless on top of it, and wipe. What you'll see that's different from using like an APC is you don't get that chalking. You don't get your bucket, you're good to go and still use your bucket for the rest of the car for rinseless. You don't have to worry about spraying it off. You can actually just take your microfiber or your sponge, pre-spray rinseless on top of it, and from that moment forward, you took everything off. It goes right into your bucket. The bucket water should encapsulate that dirt, pull it down, good to go. That's why I've been loving this. I've used it on some gnarly cars, but I'm telling you, the experience makes the experience, even with the HydroSave, amazing. I use it with Hero, I use it with DIY. I'm not using it with, I don't know, Dairy Greens or Hydro, I don't know what I use. Whatever I used in this, and the experience is just wonderful. a couple caveats that I really want to bring to your attention while I let this other side dry. If you have a surfactant rinseless and you're using Preludio, you're going to cause it to be foamy in with the foam, the sponge, right? So if you're using a sponge, okay, you're using Preludio as your hit first, and then you do your rinseless, and your rinseless has high surfactants in it, you'll get foamy with the sponge. This one is more of a polymer rinseless, so I'll show you in the bucket, it's not foamy at all. That's the one experience I saw when I was using like DIY or Hero. It got real foamy in the bucket because Preludio itself has a bunch of surfactants and detergents in it that help with the cleaning process. This is me giving you an overview, holistic review, and this is real life. I just want to be super honest with you. No secrets here, okay? I'm not that guy. So that is how I would use it. Let's go show you the other side, how you have to let it sit. I'll walk you through what that looks like, and we can look at the panels together. So I let it sit here on the car, and you can see just how it looks when it's wet. You saw the dirt it had on it, and you can see how it pulls it down and keeps it wet like that. So that's the kind of vibe you are going to get when you're using it. You want to wait until it looks clear per the instructions, and when it looks clear, you could just tell that the dirt here has been removed, and you can feel it in my finger. So that is what it means by making sure that you have allowed it to dwell enough to break down the grime. So you can see it all over here. I'm showing you in the glass. You can see representation of what I mean. This is the dirty glass. Okay, we're gonna do that with a waterless right here, so you get the waterless understanding. But this is the side I did. I let it sit for 5 minutes. It does not stain glass. You see, it still has a wetting effect to it. It does not stain glass, and it hasn't stained the plastics of the Tesla. I let this sit for a long period of time. I'm not gonna pump up some rinseless like I was telling you. Here's how we do it if I'm having contamination. I'll put my rinseless right on top of it. Right on top of it. Here, you don't need a lot of product to get it to pull that dirt down because the product itself has done it. So I'll show you that from this instance. And then we'll wash it. This one sit for a hot minute, and just put my rinseless on top of it. Come back, wash the whole panel, and that's how much dirt was on it. So it makes my bucket look kind of white, dirty here, but I have no problem cleaning, none. So if you're outside, you'll pre-spray 3 or 4 doors, and your dwell time might be different because you're outside. This. There you go. Yeah, easy. Those are the results you get. Real simple. So I'm showing you how to use it. Pre-sprayed on, let it sit 1 to 2 minutes. When you see the dirt start to dissipate, you can use your rinseless wash on top of it, or pre-spray with the rinseless, then go on top of it, but you don't want to just spray it on and let it sit. 1 to 2 minutes max, you're good to go. It doesn't sting. Spray it on, it pulls all the dirt off. The bucket is way dirty, and the cost of use is cheap because I still have a whole bunch of my thing, and I sprayed this whole half. Like I said, it's 80 degrees in here, and the windows look good. So you'll do the acidic one the same way, okay? And like I said, if you're gonna do this for a 3 pH rinseless wash, always start with the high pH, pre-spray it with your rinseless, come in with the acid one, and then do the contact wash, and you're good to go. That's it. That's to bring your coatings back with the rinseless wash. I'm gonna show you on this section here, where we have the glass with the dirt. I'm gonna pre-spray Preludio. We're gonna do it with waterless, so you can see the vibe when you go with the waterless wash, see how it interacts with one that's not a Labo product. All right, so peep this. We got Preludio, we have my waterless wash that I'm testing on here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-spray this because it says it's the same rules, right? For a rinseless wash and a rinseless wash or a waterless wash, it's the same vibe. You'll pre-spray, you let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes, you'll come in with your waterless and your scoop. We're gonna use Eagles 500. This part's real dirty. I'll show you this. Dirty glass here. I have Preludio mix. I'm gonna spray it on. I'm gonna let that sit for 2 minutes. I'm gonna do the whole back actually with waterless wash. And look how it breaks that dirt down. Breaking all that dirt down. Check that out. Check that out. You see that? All that dirt. Look, let me spray here. Let me just show you how it's pulling that dirt from the side. And that's what it's supposed to do. And you can see how it's breaking that dirt there. Yeah, product is freaking good, dude. Look. And look how it just starts to break and eat that dirt up. Woo! Product is wild. So it's been about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I showed you a sneak peek of how I pulled dirt down from the bottom. So now they say you could use this with a waterless wash. Now you're like, why would you want to do it? Just in case you have a whole bunch of dirt like we saw on the glass here and all in the bottom. So with the waterless wash, I'm gonna pre-spray just like you would a rinseless, right? I'm gonna get it all up. I'm gonna grab this whole section here, just like I would. And like I said, I'm testing a waterless wash here. And I'm gonna grab an Eaglet 5000, fold it in fours like I would a waterless wash in the car. And some people might have to do that. They go to a show and they feel like their product is not getting it done. So I'll do this first just to get it up. Just to finish it. You can see there's still dirt on there. But you're like, hey, your waterless wash could have done that right. But this is made for those individuals who need a little more hit and can't get it with the waterless wash. Road film, road grime, things of that nature. So that's it. Clean that, clean the glass. I probably should use a better towel. And then let me show you this part here. So you can see. So you can see the dirt right there just from Preludio. And I'm gonna do my waterless wash. Come in. I am going to scoop it. It just makes it so clean. We come to the bottom here, right here that you can see, and I'm just gonna waterless wash. It already removed all the dirting. I broke it all down. Super easy to come up and don't have to worry about it. And that's how you would use it with the waterless wash. Look in my towel, relative to how much dirt it was on there. You can even see it from this perspective. There was dirt on there. Yeah, that's how you would stack that. The video we wanted to make, the video that I'm excited to share, I want to just tell you a few things. Preludio Alkaline absolutely is tremendous. I'm not joking when I tell you that. I have tried it on bugs. I wish I had that video. I didn't because I wanted to actually test these thoroughly before I made this video. Before this video was out, I needed to test this. I tested this on over 5 cars just this round. The last round, Reggie sent me the bottle with Preludio and it had a white label on it. I tested over 15 cars. I didn't really like, I didn't feel like I was getting the kind of vibe it was, and the liquid was clear, and I was like, man, this doesn't seem right. But this right here is amazing. If you have a rinseless wash business or you love rinseless washing, but you look for a product that would stack with your rinseless wash, I think Labo would hit it on the head. It's not a system. It's not like a 3 pH rinseless that's Labocosmetica. It's a 3 pH for anything, I used it with Hero, I used it with DIY, I've used it with Hydra, I used it with another brand that I'm testing. I've used it with the one with ONR. I've used it with ONR. It made ONR 5 real good, like amazing, because you just pre-spray that on, you let it do work, you come back after 2 minutes, you can spray on your rinseless and wipe. No water needed. It doesn't mess your paint up, it makes your paint look glossy. The acidic one as well. I have tested this, it's the same vibe. Eddie, why didn't you need it? I don't need a coat and restoration on this. I already did a decon wash with it. So I'm not one to waste products, does that make sense? This one would be the same thing. 1 to 5 for lime scale on the wheel, 1 to 10 on the body, 1 to 50 if you're just doing a coating maintenance. And again, you can stack it with this. So you can go with this first, spray it with your rinseless wash, come back with this, pre-spray with that, just clean with your rinseless wash, wipe, and you just got a high acidic, you got a super acidic and a high pH clean without having to bust out caustic chemicals, without having to bust out a soap. And then you're gonna ask, how effective is it? Well, you saw it. It melts dirt, it melts it. It doesn't damage plastic. I mean, they really hit it on the head. Labocosmetica came to play, and we finally have a pre-soak for our rinseless wash process that does not require a foam cannon. So hallelujah. Hallelujah. The other test I want to do, and I want to be honest, I haven't put in a cannon yet. I mean, I haven't put it in a foamer yet. I don't know if it foams. It probably does. I'm getting to the point in my life. I don't know if it foams. It probably does. I have not tested that because I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm starting to hate rinseless washes that foam because of the extra work. I used to be the super hybrid guy. For me, the hybrid has to be enough just to be in a bucket that's super and heavy. Anything that you have to foam on, I'd rather just do soap. That's where I'm getting at. Like, I'm really starting to love the types of absolute hero, the RRW, those things, Hydra, that ZNR, amazing. Those things don't foam for me, and I'm starting to really enjoy that. So the fact that it doesn't make it that foamy or it doesn't interrupt the way I like to clean really makes this a standout product to me. So if you're in the market for a pre-soak for your rinseless that you could just rinseless wash on top with any rinseless in the game, you have it here. This is Eddie Cologne, EC Details. I want to thank you for watching. I hope this was in-depth enough for you. I wanted to be super transparent. If you haven't yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Road to 10,000, doing a huge giveaway then. And then EC15 gets you 15% off Labocosmetica's website. And this did drop today. Get yourself some. And it makes Hydro Save in the sun super bearable. I wanted to say that. This coupled with Hydro Save, it should came together because it makes it in the sun, makes it. This is Eddie Cologne, I'm out. See ya.